Hey, I'm Sensei Abram and I've been practicing martial arts for 28 years. Today I'm going to show you 3 things that I learned along the way. How to take a good fighting stance and 2 variations of the famous roundhouse kick. Alright, so when I was 5 years old, I started in Taekwondo and they taught me to do a roundhouse kick that kind of has a snapping motion. You would hit with the top of your foot, you would aim for the head, go for a knockout, something along those lines. Much later, about 8 martial arts later, I joined the Marine Corps and they taught me to do a roundhouse kick a much different way. Using your shin, adds a lot more power, you're not kicking as high, you're keeping a better base. Both are valid, and we're going to go over them right now. So to start out, when you take a good fighting stance, you're going to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and your dominant side is typically going to be in the back. So you're going to take the other side and just take one comfortable step forward, just like that, right? You're going to have a slight bend in the knees. Your hands are up, protecting your face. And this is it. Feet about shoulder width apart. One comfortable step forward, slight bend in the knees, and your hands are up, protecting your face. All right? So both of these kicks are going to have 4 parts, right? And the parts are that your leg comes up, it extends, it comes back, and then you place it on the ground, ideally keeping your balance, right? So to start with the snap style kick from Taekwondo, right? My leg comes up, I'm turning my hips. If you don't know anything else from every lesson that I ever teach in here, it's that all of your power comes from your hips every single time for every technique, right? So my leg comes up, I'm turning my hips, right? For the snap kick, I'm aiming my knee right where my target is, and as I'm turning my hips, my leg comes out, and I'm hitting with the top of my foot right there. Ideally, somewhere around this area, right? So a bit faster, it would look like this. And just down like that, right? So one more time, slowly. Up, I'm turning my hips, out, back, and down, right? What we want to avoid here, the reason that we're retracting, is we want to avoid just landing wherever, losing our balance, right? We want to practice out, back, and down. Practice we regain our balance. So the second kick that I want to show you is what I learned when I was in the Marine Corps. And for that, we're actually hitting with the bottom of the shin right there. All right? And for this, you're not aiming your knee right at your target. You are driving right through them, right? You have a lot more power. And that's why we want to kick with our shin, because if we kicked with the top of our foot with the same amount of power that we would do with our shin, you break the bones in the top of your foot, not a good day, right? So I take my good fighting stance, my knee comes up, right? As I'm turning my hips, my foot comes out, around my leg comes out, and I'll do it from this angle. I don't want to be fully extended when I make contact. I want to have a little more to drive through. So if my target is here, I'm hitting them here, right through your target, right? So just like this, up. Just like that, right? So one more time, slowly, I come up, I'm turning my hips, my shin makes contact, and I have more hips to give at this point. Right? Now, one thing conceptually to add here is that the more width we have in our hip angle, the more power we're going to direct into our target. So if my hips are only this far apart and my toes face right at the target, my power stops right there. If I point my toe over there, right, we can see that there's more give for my hips. If there's no bag, right, then my power goes all the way over there. If I point my toes all the way back here, my power goes all the way there. So by pointing my toes past my target, my power goes past my target. Just like that. All right, if you want to practice these kicks, do it only under the direct supervision of Sensei Abram, 6 p.m. Sunday nights for kids and 7:15 Sunday nights for adults. Thanks.